Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? Okay. We got an excellent stream. It looks like we got going on here. Looking good. Um, okay, good there. Hmm. Just going to do something here real quick just to check it out. Okay. All right. Just checking. All righty. I think we're good to go. All right. Boy, did I make a boo boo yesterday. I was working on the computer, and all of a sudden, I don't ever hit. If you got Windows 10, don't ever hit the Windows key, the start key, and escape. Lord have mercy. I didn't even know about that. I'd hit it by accident, and all of a sudden, boy, it sent me into a world, and I'm like, oh my God. Told me I had another user on my computer and all that, and I was like, oh no. Oh, we got a mess here. And so here I am trying to figure out how to get back, which I finally did. Uh, it was just a mess trying to set up for this other one. I was like, that's not my desktop. Anyway, so I had a computer mess meltdown, and then I had to meet somebody yesterday for business. So anyway, what I am going to do is I'm going to uh, show you what is going on for today and what has began uh, overnight, and what it will be for the day. And then what I will do is I will give the overall of the astrology, and then when I go into the particular signs, I will tell you that there are some important things. When I titled this the spiritual day, yes, it is. Um, and I can even relate to this in a big way. Uh, so I will let you know what houses when I go into the individual signs. I will let you know what the houses are that it's going to affect you mostly, uh, and I'll do that for each sign as I go along, so you can kind of watch for these areas of your life and what's happening here. All right, so there's going to be some important things that I'm going to highlight here that's really specific about this day. All right, so let's jump over into it. Oh, another thing too. I usually don't do this a whole lot, um, but if you will, and if you like what's going on, I know I'm trying to get going here. Um, if you would give thumbs up, if you would give the videos thumbs up, and also I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. Okay, only takes a minute down below. Get through it. And I know I don't do this a lot. I just don't put it out there. I mean, if you're going to subscribe, you're going to subscribe. You like it, you're going to hit thumbs up. Some of you do, a lot of you don't. Um, it's just a preference thing, I guess. So, anyway, let's go ahead and jump over here. Um, Now, I've got the astrology setting up here as starts with Aries, because we all know that Aries is the beginning of the zodiac, and that's where everything starts, right? All right. So, the first thing that we have here, the moon moved into Cancer at 1:54 Eastern Standard Time. Again, you'll have to adjust your time. This happened last night, uh, after midnight, so 5 minutes to 2. Interesting number for me. But it did move into, as you can see, it did move here into Cancer. Okay? So the moon moving into Cancer is putting everything in motion here. Then at 3:51 in the morning, very interesting, the moon in Cancer began to trine to Saturn. And Saturn, essence, you know, this is two water signs, so they're good because one's trying to nurture something here, and the other one, and Saturn now is moving. It's going direct here, and then what the moon, what is you're feeling, is going over to what you believe that something has to be done here. Saturn is all about that work where we, learn to operate within the limits of society and responsibility and rules. It's also about our fears or obstruction and limitations. It could be about the father, teacher, whatever this may be. So there's something here when a planet goes into a degree, it begins to initiate something. It is direct now. We only have certain Jupiter, Uranus, Chiron. The main ones, though, is Jupiter and Uranus is the last two that needs to go direct, and then everything really starts getting into this motion. So with the moon giving that trine aspect, which is an easy aspect, it's, trying to nurture something here. And Saturn feeds back to Vista, which is the spiritual, the keeper of your spiritual flame within yourself, within your home. Now, so the interesting thing in this is, with this going on, there's a yod here. Now, when I get into your reading, Aries, we'll talk about this a lot more. But like I said, for each one, it's something different. And I will discuss the houses. And only thing I'm going to discuss now is what this yod is creating and what it's about. It is the finger of God that the planets of Jupiter and Vista, that spiritual flame keeper, are sextiling each other. Jupiter's feeding this energy of an opportunity that spiritually is going to happen, that is being an intervention of the finger of God. Okay? So these two energies with Jupiter and Vista, that spiritual flame keeper, is working together. But what is something about you, the sun. Okay? We know Jupiter is a personal expansion process of your realm and your horizons, telling you need to expand, look beyond the realm or your horizons. The house brings good fortune and good luck when it's in Jupiter. So Jupiter does well in Taurus. And Uranus is in a fall. Okay? But they're both retrograde. So, but Jupiter here is about expanding those horizons, looking beyond for good fortune and good luck. The house is also the house of optimism, confidence, and pride. Okay, now, with these two working with Vista and that spiritual flame, Earth holds the emotions, the water. The water is the emotions, the stability. Taurus is all about stability. And Cancer is all about nurturing the earth, nurturing what you possess, taking care of. There's success here. If you look beyond, there's good fortune here. But right now, with Vista being retrograde and Jupiter being retrograde, and these two energies trying to work together here and figure something out, because they're both retrograde, you're reassessing things. Like, with right now, when Jupiter's retrograde, it's like, it's not expanding. Something's not moving. You don't feel it, but it's going to begin. But again, the spiritual flame has to deal with, what are you devoted to? What are you really, really spiritually devoted to for aspirations, goals, plans you have, or all this? Now, I can relate this to what's going on in my life. But what's the problem here is the sun. Now, the sun is your interpersonal purpose, your inner drive, and the energy you have, the source of will and self motivation, the sense of confidence or strength or individual and creativity. So, right now, there's something here that Jupiter, along with that spiritual flame, is trying to say you need to believe, trust. It's about religion, it's about faith. And with the finger of God, it's something that is fated, it's destiny. This is the apex. This is where these two energies that are doing good saying, hey, you need to make some adjustments in yourself, in your own energy, in your own personal purpose. What do you aspire to do here? And it's fire. When are you going to get motivated to do something here? Okay? Now, this is going on. Now, what's interesting, at 8:43 in the morning, it kind of eases off. It's like God just kind of put his hand down, his finger down, and said, I need to know. What, because we get dreams. We have dreams. What is your dream? What do you want here? Are you really going to be devoted to this? Are you going to put the energy in it? And so it just kind of released it, because now there's a conjunction here. And it's, what is the sun conjuncting to? Mars. What is Mars? The aggression, the drive, the energy. Are you going to put the energy into something here? And it started at 8:43 this morning Eastern Standard Time. Now, the next one we have of the day, which is at 11:02, right at the time when I started this video, okay? Again, it's the moon conjuncting with Vista here at 4 degrees. And now that energy is combined in that quincunx with the moon, and it's going to Mars. You need to make some kind of adjustments and get busy, get motivated. Put that energy into something here that has to do with Jupiter. I know it may feel like things are not growing. I know it may feel like there is no expansion. That there's just doesn't feel like with things from the past. We do have Venus over here, with the South Node. And she rules Libra. It's wanting balance. It's wanting things to be right. And Venus is all about the capacity to love and your values. And the sign shows your attitudes and needs in love. You want things balanced. You want things fair. Okay? Who doesn't? We all do. But you want things from the past to be fair about letting something maybe go. Whether it's bad relationships, abandonment issues, whatever it is, and learn to open your heart back up. The house, which is the 7th house, shows what you value most and attract to yourself. And what you value is the partnership. But the problem is there's an opposition to what for the future. Can you heal and work on healing whatever it is that was done in the past and let it go? because that was the big thing I was getting here this morning during my Bible study, during my prayers, and my reading for the day. This morning is that what I'm gathering here is that we've been harmed, we've been hurt. Whether we went against something here that we did something we shouldn't have done, maybe we did some harm, but at least you can say, I want to make it right. I want to do right. I want to have things right. I want that spiritual flame. Something here with this energy is nurturing yourself to get that devotion or that dedication to wherever direction you're going. Now, at 12:16 this afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, so again, adjust it to your time, it is dealing with Venus in Libra, opposition to that North Node retrograde. These nodes are retrograde. Now remember, the nodes deal with Rahu, Ketu, future and past, but they're also a position in the sky, a point. And I've got to say, look at it, it's 24. They're 24 degrees. What is 24? Heavenly government. So then, like I said, the yod is there. Again, it's there. It appears again. The finger of God is making something is going to be completed. There's a completeness happening. Because 7 not only is the number of the divine, but it also talks about perfection and completeness, and laws and feast, gratitude for things. Do we need to give gratitude to the divine? Yes, we do. Every time you say a prayer, you need to give thanks then. If you're knocking on the door, I even read that in my scriptures this morning. If you're asking for something, give thanks for it, knowing it's going to be fulfilled. And then glorifying it when it is fulfilled. And giving the glory to the divine itself. A lot of people don't do that and don't realize they need to do that. Just don't pray for something and don't be idle prayers. And a lot of people go to church and they say their prayers or put their little stuff out on the cross, pin something up there. No, we're supposed to make our prayers private. They're supposed to be between us and the Lord, our Savior. So, and then we're supposed to give the gratitude knowing we're going to receive it. Like he said, you ask, you knock on that door, and the door will open. You ask, you shall receive. But give the gratitude for it. And when you do receive it, it's the glory from above. That's what this yod is all about. Okay? It is the finger of God working in your life and areas of your life that need to be worked on. Now we still have the node here, but this time we got the sun in Sagittarius. And remember, this is all focused with here. When I went to the other one at 12:16, and the yod was there, it's still on the sun, and it's still here, and it's continuing. At 12:37, it's going to be the same thing. It's still there. And then we still have the yod going on for the rest of the day. It was something. Okay, I know I missed something here, and I'm going to have to go back. We still have this energy going on, even as the moon in Cancer is sextiling Jupiter, retrograde. There's something that was, okay. Again, the yod is there, still there. It was something that's, okay. Now, the early morning hours overnight, I left something out here. I want to show you the yodes. It's going to be going on all day long. Okay? Let me go back to something here a minute. I want to just check something real quick. Yeah, yesterday was a woof. On the 28th, let me tell you something. There was some cells going on, a mystical triangle, a rectangle. I'm sorry, a T square, and the yod. So these cells are still working here. Um, they went going on all night. Mystical rectangles did kind of they dissipated. They're gone, moved on, but there was divine interventions happening here. Okay, sorry I didn't get to it yesterday, but the first one we had was this one that has to deal with Mercury. Mercury sextiling out to, I believe that's Venus. No, it was sextiling out to the South Node and to um, Saturn. Remember, that's the past. And Mercury being here at the top. But then there was the trions that were feeding, Saturn feeding into the moon here. South node, from there, the moon was feeding out to the south node. So there's something here with the past, definitely, and my thing is, y'all gonna have to forgive me a minute. And then there's the opposition to what you felt, what you were feeling. And I can't move it forward. Come on. My little hourglass. I don't know what causes this to do this, but it drives me nuts. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Oh, crap. Where is it? All right, hold on one second. Okay. Sometimes I think my computer just wants to something slows it down. I don't know what it is. But the next one that we had, again, like I said, with this moon, that when it moved into Cancer, these cells just popped up. Now, what is a cell? A cell is where, think of it as the cell that's on the boat. It's where it's guiding you, directing you toward. So during this time, with this next one that has to deal with the moon, has to do with Venus, has to do with Mercury, and has to do with Saturn. Starts with the moon feeding out these trions to the south node, or to Saturn and Venus now. The first one was doing with something with the past. And what you, with Venus, it's about, again, your capacity to love and your values. And the sign being Libra, where it's at, and that it is rulership of that sign, that need of what you have, that you want things to be balanced. It shows your attitude. You want to be fair. But it's also about what you need in love and your values when it comes to love. You know, maybe the person you've been with, you don't share the same values, and there's an issue there. Because there's some refinement that has to go on here. And Venus can also be about money, whether it's gains or losses. Something maybe where there's a loss or a let go, because it is the past, let going of a partnership. Maybe you, because of this partnership, maybe you lost or possibly gained. But with the South Node being there, it's more like a loss, letting something go. Maybe you're letting go of the feelings you once had. You're releasing it. Whatever was going on here, it's time to just move on, sail on. Put your sail up because you're being divinely guided towards something here. And we also have Saturn feeding back in. Again, that's spiritual feeding back to Saturn. And there it goes again. I hate when it does this. But the opposition is what you feel to Mercury and the ninth house. And what is Mercury? Mercury deals with the concrete and the conscious mind. The sign and the house show how and where your communication and assimilate the results of your relationship, reason and logic. And, and right now I'm looking at the ninth house for you Aries, and it has to deal a lot with that spiritual flame that you have. It's about your beliefs. Maybe your faith, maybe your religion. I don't know if you're a believer or not. I don't know. But I know the sail is coming up and divine is guiding you in a direction. A lot of times we don't listen, and we should listen. And like it said, oh, come on. Come on, come on. You see my little hourglass? You see what I deal with here? Come on. All right, hold on a second. See, I can't change anything until this thing straightens up. It's just, I don't know why it's doing this. 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. Now, like I said, this goes on from 5 minutes till 2 in the morning on Eastern Standard Time, 1:54 Eastern Standard Time, 3:51. It goes on during the night, and then at 8:43, it's when it kind of you awaken, you become conscious, you become aware of things here, and there is that quincunx here with the moon being in Cancer. It's at 3 degrees by 8 o'clock in the morning, or 8:45. You're getting ready to do your daily thing, and now it's in a quincunx to Mars in Sagittarius. And it's what you want to devote yourself to this day. Moving forward. Remember the cells, that direction you're headed. The yod is not there and the cells are not there. It was telling you that, hey, when you wake up in the morning and you become conscious and your mind is awakened, you're going to feel this need to be drawn to something, to do something. And there's going to have to be some adjustments made. And you're going to have to be devoted to what it is here you want to accomplish. Because I'm telling you that during the day at 11:02, which is when I started this video, around 11, that yod's not there, but come 12:16, when I start doing the readings or whatever that's going on here, Venus being in Libra, and it's going to be in opposition to the North Node because it's connected to the South Node. So somebody's not going to want to possibly they're either going to release something here or they're going to want to hang on to it. I can't say. Each one of you know what this is going on, what's going on here. But there is that opposition to something to the future. So whatever it is, usually you've heard from astrologers so many times, and this yod is there. And it's Jupiter over to the moon with the sun. It's all about your energy. You've got to take some action here, or you're going to, let's put it this way. Let's say there's someone in your life, or was in your life, and say you let them go in the past. Now all of a sudden there's an opposition that you're not sure if you want to let that person go now. You're opposing letting something go for the future. But you want to make it fair. You want to make it balanced. You want to love again. Maybe the values, your values are changed. I don't know, but it's the attitude and the needs in love. Maybe you've been out there and maybe, hey, you've been looking and nothing out there appeals to you. You're not dedicated to anybody out there. They don't have the same values. They're not interested in the same things you're interested in. And you realize, well, hey, I just let somebody go that I shared values with, that we were both interested in the same thing. But now I don't want to lose that individual, because we're talking about the 7th house here. And this yod is going to continue throughout the day. And as it goes on, you can see it's there all day long. And this is around 3:21, and it's even going to go on past that point. There it is again. It's stuck with you, and apparently you have got someone or something on your mind that just is, the divine is trying to get you to look at something. Okay? Because with the sale that happened early in the morning, it was like something in your thoughts or in your unconsciousness or your not awareness of what the Lord was going to do for you on this day. Now, I know what happened for me yesterday. Yes, like I said, yesterday there was, I'll bring it up real quick. I didn't get to go over the day. But there was a yod that happened from the day before. Same aspects. Look at that. But there became a T-square from the moon to Mercury over to Neptune. Neptune is that spirituality as well. And there was some kind of cycle that, you've been thinking about, what it is you're feeling here. Maybe not understanding it or coming consciously aware of it now. That the divine is trying to guide you in a certain way. If there's no one out there in your life, then yeah, and you're not getting with people that you really want to be around, or there's a fear of losing a loss here, because the 12th house usually talks about loss. But this is where it's centralized with what you believe. And Neptune is going to go direct. Now, the energies that was showing up when I said this mystical rectangle, this was having to deal with the north node, or the moon to the north node, what you feel like you need or want in the future. The moon over to the south node. So it was dealing with the north node and the trine to the south node. Maybe there was things with an individual that was a lot easier. It just went smoothly. Everything seemed to go smoothly. And then the moon in this opposition Because now, all of a sudden, what? You becoming aware of where the divine is trying to tell you need to initiate something here? Because Saturn is at 1 degrees now. We've been waiting and waiting for it to move. Now it's time to do something. And like I said, Saturn is where you learn and operate within the limits of society. It's about responsibilities and rules, but there's fears. And Pluto and the moon can be about our fears of the unknown, obstruction and limitations. Father, the teacher. And the father, I always look at it, especially when I'm looking at Neptune at 24 degrees. That is the Father, the one, the Almighty. What are you devoted to into the future? And then we had the other mystical rectangle that went on, that popped up. Okay, moon to the north node, sextile in the north node, the moon in a trine to the south node, south Mercury over toward the south node, sextiling it, and then the trine to the north node. Here it goes again. Gosh, dog it. Sometimes I think I just need to get a computer that just nothing with this on it. And that's it. Hold on. All right. And we also had the sales, all that was going on yesterday, that it began late in the evening, about 4 o'clock. It went on through the night, and then it came in and started. It went on all through the night. So, you know, a direction that we were being guided to. Because it was going to be going into Cancer. And I'll show you the sales. See, it started. This was on the 28th. And I had something really happen to me yesterday that I was really you know, some of y'all do know my personal experiences, what's been going on and what I've been through. And then there's some of y'all that maybe new. You have no idea what I've been through for several years now. But it's like during that whole time, whatever I was going through, I can tell you this much right now, that the divine was with me all the way. All the way. I'm sorry, I had to get rid of that. So I know that I was not going through anything alone. All the trials and tribulations I was going through, all the issues I was going through, I was not going through them alone. Now, when all my prayers had been answered, I was happy, but then I'm like, Lord, I kind of sat there that day and cried because I said, Lord, I can't do this by myself, and I don't know what to do now. Well, usually when prayers are answered, and believe you me, I gave my thanks, I gave my gratitude, I glorified the divine for being there through it all with me, and feeling alone in the world, that I was having to do everything by myself. Um, but I wasn't alone, and that was the big point. None of us are alone. We are never alone. Even when others desert us, others have gone on, we're still not alone. But at that point in time, when I was in that place in my life, was, Lord, I can't do this alone. I don't know what I'm going to do now. What am I going to do here? So I sat there and I cried and I prayed, and then I glorified. So during that time of when all this was going on, after that, which has only been a couple of months now. I mean, going into the third month, which is a strange number. It seems like things happen for me in threes. I begin to see the Lord's movement. It's like from that time of the beginning of September up all the way through October, now November, and we're almost at the end of November. It's all of a sudden now things are starting to move. And things are beginning to happen. Prayers are answered not in our time, but is in His time. See, He has to work in a way that whatever we pray about and give glory to, knowing, giving thanks to, it's going to be answered because you knocked on the door. And then you said your prayer. And then you thanked because you know it was going to come. But between that time was a time of rest. Even God, at the time of creation, He took one day to rest. On the seventh day He rested, and He said, it is good. So it started seem to things begin to start going to be moving forward for me now. I had to ask myself, and I even questioned myself during that time. Am I still dedicated to what my vision, my dream is? And now just showing what I know now and what has happened from yesterday to today. Yes, my dream is very much alive. Because now God has been working and behind the scenes, bringing what is needed towards me. And for each one of you, it can happen too, but it'll be in different areas of your life. Okay? That's the main thing I want to tell you here. Don't give up your dreams, your goals, and your aspirations. Keep that spiritual flame alive within you. Because I'm telling you, with the moon, especially when it comes in conjunct today with Vista at 4 degrees, when I came online, and that's even surprises me, I came on at 11 or 11:02, and then maybe this was the message I was supposed to give to y'all. But with the moon coming into conjunct with Vista at 4, it's about the gospel. It's about good news. It's about restoration. It's about His master timing. Not yours, not mine. And it's about that master timing, the factor of the master timing, in the right timing. And it is about angels. How angels will be brought to you. You will receive messages. And it happened for me yesterday. People were coming into my life, responding back to me. To me are messengers, good news, angels that came back to me. And I'm saying it can be for you too. That there is going to be this good news. Because as this moon moves forward today, like I said, the yod is going to pop up. It's going to pop up and it's going to start moving. Things are going to be moving. Saturn is now at 1 degree. We're going to work within the limitations of society. Stay within the limitations of society. Have the responsibility and know what the rules are. Don't fear any obstructions or the limitations, but work within it, is what the Father's trying to teach us. Work within His rules. Be kind to others. Be loving to others. Be forgiving to others. And more will be bestowed upon you. You will expand your dreams, those visions you have, those devotions you have to what you want to aspire to, what goals you have, what plans. Don't give them up for nobody, and don't let anyone take them from you. Stand up. I don't want you to be woke. I want you to consciously awaken and go after what your dreams are. You have a purpose in this life. We all do. Some people are just lost right now. They want to resist. But believe you me, they mock you, they hurt you, they harm you. That debt's going to be on them. That karma's going to come on them. When you are a child of God and you follow in that, in the teachings and His Word, and when you've gone against God, you say, every night you need to say, Lord, if I've sinned against you today, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. It was not my intent. When you finally, in that day, let the Lord know that whatever you did, or whatever you felt, or whatever was going on, you had no intentions to go against His will, or against His Word, or against His teachings. And ask for forgiveness. And then start your day off with giving thanks for the day and all that you will receive. And ask for that guidance, that sail that can lead you forward, guide you in the direction you need to go. But right now, with that apex that has to deal with this Jupiter and the moon and this yod, there's something about you. And it's the divine number. 7. Perfection, completeness, and laws and faith. Remember, I just said that. That's what Saturn's about. It's about working within the laws and the limitations of society. The rules, the regulations, following them. You know what's inside of you. I mean, because once you're a person of Christ and you've given yourself over to Him, and you promise that, you recognize that He is your Lord and Savior, He is the Son of God, He is the Almighty Teacher, Go. He will guide you. He will teach you in it all. And the only thing I mostly pray for a lot of times is just knowledge. Give me more knowledge, more where I can understand. Seems to work because I am a child of Christ. I follow Him. I follow the teachings. I try to live my life that way. Don't want to hurt nobody. Don't want to be hurt. Don't want to do anybody wrong. So, this is where we got to awaken and be and follow in the right way. And like I said, it was just kind of strange. I went on 11 and it's like, okay, that's the message. That's the message I'm intent to give. And we do have Jupiter at 7 and we have the sun at 7. So there's something. What is the sun? The sun is thyself. Like I said, it's your inner personal purpose, your inner drive and the energy. The source of the will of self-motivation, a sense of confidence and strength and individuality and creativity. And you got to work on something here. You need to grow. You need to expand. Quit sitting idle. Quit not using your mind. Be a little more creative. Because these energies that's going really good here, in your heart, you want to be devoted to something. We all do. We just don't want to go through life. We're devoted to family, home, feelings, what we feel. We want to be nurtured. We want to nurture. We want to, we want to give, but yet we want to receive. It shouldn't all be one-sided. That scale in love should be open. It should be balanced. And if you're not receiving it, then maybe you're with the wrong person. And then maybe some people realizing that they made a big mistake. They were with the right one and left the right one. They shouldn't have left them. But we're selling forward. I know I am. So when I have to follow wherever that sale goes. And I got to have faith that where I'm being led is the right direction. Okay? So anyway, I'll go ahead and I'll let this go and y'all can look at it, see it. But then when I come back and I start doing the cards and I start telling you each sign, this is the house of area you need that these energies are going to be in. Okay? All right. I will catch y'all when I come back. Y'all take care. And I will see y'all in just a bit. Bye for now.